or has it already started, or how's it?
It has started right now.
I hope so, because if we were all
started.
just hanging out talking like this, it would be fucking weird.
This is what I do. I get people in my apartment, and I'm like, "We're potting," but this is just how I, skin people alive. And
he never tells you when he's starting recording.
I don't know. I normally wait till you're talking mad shit about someone, and then I get it cooking. Boop. It's Danny Mac's Awful Podcast. I'm here with now most returned guest.
Oh wow,
Natalie Reina, officially.
Your friend with the least going on.
Hey, sound effects.
Hey, I know that girl.
I have too much time on my hands.
Give it up. No, you just think this is fun.
I do.
How many appearances has it been?
Is this your third?
This is my third, yeah.
That's exciting.
Third in 11 episodes? That is kind of thirsty, Natalie, I gotta say.
I had to threaten him to get here. I was like, if you don't get me on, I'm going to start sending in hate mail. So,
I got an all caps DM. When am I on the pod?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Well,
I like that you
welcome.
call it a pod, not a podcast. Is that like a
Us in
is
the
that
biz.
like a podcaster thing?
Yeah,
Yeah.
me and Rogan and the Manosphere. We like to.
Yeah.
We're busy. We got to go to jujitsu class.
Yeah.
We got to fucking
You and
crack
Dax?
beers and crackheads. Me and
Totally.
Dax.
Yeah.
Racing. Me and the
vehicles.
mullet guy. We got. Yeah, that's
I have
right.
to listen to the mullet guy. Apparently, he did a episode. What are they called? They're called
A
episodes.
pod, an episode, sure.
Okay, he did a pod.
He did a
where he talked to
an
like a
MP3.
New York City sanitation worker. That's supposed to be great, and I'm supposed to do it for some kind of like research.
Oh, for a project?
Yeah.
Oh,
But it's supposed to be good. But I've never listened to
sneaky.
his pod.
Wow.
I've just seen the clips online.
Yeah.
That's all.
Do you work in the sanitation industry?
No.
Did you
Okay.
guys smell the sewage coming?
Also no.
There was
No.
some fucking, I don't know what's going on Denman or Nelson Street, but like I just left the corner store and these teenagers walked by me and I'm like, one of them ripped the worst ass I've ever experienced in my life. But then I was like, I can't get away from it. Like 2 city blocks. It's still
following
reads.
you.
And then I see there's like the dudes with the hose into the ground. I'm like, something went horribly wrong.
Oh, no.
And it's like restaurants are going to have to close if they don't get a
Could be
get a hold of that.
springtime too. It could be the manure coming out for the gardening. I saw a lot of
Right.
a lot of people are out there cutting grass today. You know, the sun comes out, spring
Cutting
is
gas,
here.
Cutting ass, more like.
Cutting ass and cutting grass.
Cutting ass. Also, Matthew Kevin Anderson is
Oh
here.
yeah, hi.
Hey, the Notorious MKA, my biological father.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes.
How are you, Papa?
Great to finally be here.
The
and
amount
nice
of
to meet you.
fucking child support you owe me and my mom is ridiculous.
It's coming.
actually.
It's coming. I just need to book a Hallmark
Yeah.
movie, and then it'll
Yeah,
all
that'll
come.
cover it.
Yeah, it'll cover everything.
That'll cover my education.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. See, I dropped out of college because you told me you were this close, Dad, to getting the second billing in a
You
Lifetime
know how
movie.
many kids I have out there? Just like be happy that I come and visit.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, I wish. I was gonna drop a White Lotus thing, but I know you're
I'm
not
so
watching this
fucking
season.
bored of
You're not
this
into it,
season.
Really?
I am watching it though.
so you're caught up. Are you caught
yeah.
up?
No,
Tal?
I haven't seen the most recent episode, but I've seen all the others.
That was
Should we
going to be the
spoil it?
whole podcast.
I know. We should totally spoil it. We should just ruin it for you right now. Nothing fucking happens.
That's
like
what I've
every
heard, though.
other episode. Like
No way. There's
Dude.
incest. There's
Okay, there
implied
was, like,
incest.
one
Everything's happening.
moment of a like brother jerk off session, and that was the most exciting thing that happened this episode.
I was-
I
I
hear
was
you.
into it.
But have you seen season 1, like since it aired? Nothing happens until the last episode.
No, man, they lose the bag of drugs, and like right away, the guy's like,
That's
"I want
the
a bigger
same. That's the
room."
gun. That's
And-
the gun. This episode. It's the same things
Yeah.
this season. It's like the,
Yeah, I guess
The
that's
whole
true
episode
too.
that was just the girls with the ASMR thing that you were like, what does this have to do with anything? Like
Yeah,
season
yeah.
1 was so slow in retrospect.
Does the show suck?
That's his whole thing though. I've talked about this on the podcast before. Like I think it's intentionally like tedious and frustrating, and it's all character development so that when the other shoe drops, you care so much more. Also because you're so frustrated that like nothing has happened before.
Finally, something happens. You're like, "Oh, it's amazing!" Ah.
well, I'll say this: this season is 2 episodes longer than the first season.
This
Is it?
okay. So this
Yeah.
comes into my theory. So keep going.
So season 1 6, season 2 7, and this one's 8 episodes.
yeah,
And so that could feed into it because, like, you know,
I think they're just like, here's a couple more episodes, and he's like, "Oh shit!" So he just kind of like stretches out Like the first 6 episodes could have been 3 episodes.
Well,
let's
Mike
be
White-
honest.
True.
He can get anything he wants from HBO now, probably. So he's probably like, yeah, gonna need $10 million more dollars.
Yeah,
So this is gonna be a lot. He's doing the opposite of like the
He's just
Game of
hanging
Thrones
out
guys
with his
where-
friends in very exotic locations.
He's like,
having a
true.
good time.
He's just at the Four Seasons
Yeah,
drinking
like
a
I'm
Mai
not
Tai.
mad. Like
no
he's
rush.
like he's figured some things out.
Yeah.
I'm not, but like
It's called the Sandler technique.
yeah.
He's like, wait a minute, I can just go to
And
Thailand.
Seth Rogen, dude. Have you guys seen The Studio?
Not yet, no.
So fun.
Is it good?
Yeah, you got to watch it.
I'm not crazy on like shows about the film industry.
Really?
Generally, I find that I like Hacks a lot.
Hacks is
Oh,
so
that was
good.
so good.
Hacks is great. By the way, my idea for a 3rd season of Hacks didn't happen.
Oh,
And
dear.
my idea would have been, I think, even better than the actual 3rd season.
What was your idea?
It was because season 2 ends and she fires the young lady who works for her, right? Because she's like, I want you to go spread your wings. My idea for season 3 was that I think Hannah or Anna, whatever
Yeah,
the young
Anna,
girl's
something like
name
that.
is, she's
a woman.
She is a woman. I know
She's
that
a young
much.
woman.
Yeah, this is Hacks. I do believe. No Walton Goggins in this one, right? No, this is Hacks.
Although
So-
he is in everything right now.
Fuck, and he should be. I'm a day one. I got early stock in Goggins. Ooh, since the Shield.
You got the
The
goggles?
goggler.
Detective Shane Van Drell? Fuck yeah, dog. I go way back with the Gog Man. Anyway, so Hannah gets her own show, and it's going to get greenlit, but they're like, we need an extra celebrity in this. What about Deborah Vance? So now Deborah Vance comes on her sitcom that she's got, and she's the showrunner. So
Oh,
for
the
the first
power
time, there's a power
dynamic.
dynamic. She's the
Oh,
boss of
interesting.
Deborah Vance. And the season ends with Deborah Vance throwing her weight around, trying to threaten her. And the season ends with Hannah fires
Firing
Deborah
her.
Vance at the
Fucking,
end.
that's
Wow,
good, bro.
that would have
Yeah.
been really
Season
good.
4, motherfuckers.
Yeah, but I just saw that the new season's coming out right away in
Is
like
it?
a few weeks. I feel like the last one just finished.
I'm only
Yeah.
halfway through season 2, so thanks for spoiling that for me.
Oh wait, did I spoil
Yeah,
something?
I just finished the lesbian cruise.
Oh, that's a great episode.
Yeah, super fun.
She gets dragged away
It's a
from
great-
a potential a nice threesome opportunity.
The actor
I
who
don't even
plays
remember
Deborah
that.
Vance is just amazing.
Yeah,
Oh,
she's
she's
the
so
best.
great.
God damn.
I'm so
They're
glad
both
she
really
hosted
good.
SNL. I'm like, why are these like gems not being thrown into host? That was a while ago, but
Oh,
yeah,
man.
she was awesome. Mhm.
Yeah.
I think she hosted. Maybe I'm making. Man, no, that was Walton
I
Goggins.
haven't even
I'm thinking
seen.
of.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, you got Goggins on the brain.
I do. He's also my prediction for who dies this season as well.
Interesting.
Is he?
Yeah, I think that this won't spoil anything for you because I said this like weeks ago, and you're a few episodes behind. But I think that Guylock or Guycock or whatever the guy's name is,
Guy talk.
the sweet security
Yes.
guard, the gun fumbler.
Yeah, he's gonna fucking shoot him up.
Yeah, I think he's gonna man up. He's gonna be like, I gotta do some man shit, and he's gonna try to shoot bad guys, but
Oh,
accidentally shoot Goggins.
But it's got to be like the Thai security guys are coming after Goggins. The Russian guys are like getting fucking found out. I
There's a
feel
lot
like
of
a lot
stuff
of stuff
going
has
on.
to come to a head.
Of
And there's only
course.
one episode left, right?
There is. I think also maybe multiple people will die this season. For
Yeah.
the first time, multiple people who we've stayed with.
So many people
you know.
died last season.
I know, but the gays
What are you
don't
talking
count.
about?
Because they came
Yeah,
in
they were-
later. The gays, they came in later, and they're we
not
don't
like
know who they
core
are.
cast.
Yeah, we don't spend time with them in their
Right.
truths,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
You think more core cast is gonna die?
Yeah, I think even
think
if the
so,
guy
too.
who was like quote unquote fucking his uncle in season 2 died, even then I'd be like, he doesn't count as a White Lotus visitor or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the
Basically,
guests.
just the visitors. That's who I care about.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want
Also,
to
have you ever stayed at a Four Seasons?
4 seasons?
I have.
I don't know.
You
yeah.
have? Where?
I have stayed at the one in Whistler,
Oh, nice.
and I have stayed at. Where's the other one? Oh, I stayed at one in Australia.
Ooh.
Yeah, that was nice.
Is that what White Lotus is based on? Like pretty specifically?
They're all,
Yeah,
I think, Four
it was a
Seasons.
COVID thing. So during COVID,
Oh, they literally
had,
are Four
Yeah, they had a
Seasons.
contract with Four Seasons, so that's why the first one was shot in Maui. We actually went for dinner there when we were there last year. It was
Oh,
really
nice.
cool. It looks very different in real life. Like it's obviously a stunning hotel, but it was funny coming from like the show perspective. You're like, wow, they did a really good job of like using this as a set.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they had a contract with Four Seasons where because they were empty, they could film in
Right.
different locations. But now that
Genius.
now that obviously COVID has
I like how the tip for
ended.
screenwriters is like, keep it cheap, do a single location. And it's like, gotcha.
It's
Four
so
Seasons,
fun.
Hawaii.
Yeah,
You know, it's like, I was thinking more Saw,
Yeah.
a room with a
Have
guy
you ever
in it.
shot, like, you're in film too, right?
I think you
Have you
guys
ever
met at one of my table reads. I think you guys both did a table read for me together.
The
would
woman
make
who,
sense.
what's going on with that? I love that script.
Which-
the woman who
gets
got on the
canceled?
plane and got canceled by the time she
was-
sends the tweet.
Yeah, I was
by the
there.
time she lands in Africa, she's been canceled.
Yeah, it was
and
sort
fired
of that
and
was
everything.
like that
I
was like
just gave it
the
away, but-
whatever the germ of the idea.
Yeah.
And then that happened 100 more times to people, and I'm like, fuck, I gotta write a thing about this. But yeah, we did another draft. It's really tight. I sent it off to a producer friend of mine, and she's insanely busy, but she's gonna read it and get back to me. Who knows?
Sweet.
Cool.
It would need a bit of money, but yeah, we like
It's
that
fun.
one.
Yeah, that was
It
great.
was
Yeah.
super fun.
I
Were
think
you there? That was there.
I was,
we
yes.
met there. Okay,
Yeah,
great.
that would have been
Awesome.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a fun one, but not to detour. But yeah, it's just funny how, they're like right on a budget, and he's like, well, the nicest fucking hotel ever. Like
Truly.
that's still
Yeah.
our location. Yeah.
But man, shooting in a resort is the most fun. Like, have you ever shot in a where
No.
everyone's staying in the hotel and you just like wake up and walk down to the lobby and shoot some scenes, and then if you want to break, you just go back to your room?
When we
That
were
sounds like the
shooting
dream.
in Argentina 2 years ago, doing this commercial, or a year ago or whatever, we all stayed in the same hotel in Buenos Aires, but some of it was like in a resort where it had to be shot. So it's
Yeah.
like the cast would like be like, hey, I guess we're going to this like daytime pool party for the day or whatever. And then we'd all go back to the hotel and hang out. It was really fun, but yeah, not quite the same thing, but
So
yeah,
fun.
it was
So
the best.
And everyone really jives, and because you're, and then the craziest rap party I've ever had.
That's
because
so fun.
everybody's there.
Diddy.
You like wrap at 6. Everyone goes back to their room, showers, and then
Get the
meet in the
oil off.
lobby.
Yeah.
And like no one has their significant others there, and everybody's there, right?
Oh,
and
shit.
everyone gets lit, and there's just like no rules, right? Because you're like, I don't have to worry about driving home. I don't have to do anything.
Totally.
My bedroom's across the hall.
I can overdose and probably
took
be
over,
okay.
Yeah, we took over the entire floor of the hotel, and like it was nuts.
What was that
it was
for?
So fun. I don't know, some movie in Victoria. We were staying in this place. I think it was called Bear Mountain. It was so fun.
Do you want to state your credits for the podcast?
No, I can't.
Why not?
There's what? I don't even
All
know
right.
where
Once
to
you
start.
get as many
I also
credits
feel
Yeah,
like
I was
that's
gonna
Notorious
say,
MKA.
Wow.
But
Am
that's
I here
also
with
like,
Goggins?
Where do you
What's
begin?
But that's also the worst, right? When you're an actor and people are like, "Oh, you're an actor. What have you been in?"
I know. I do it to be rude.
What do you say? What do you say? What do
On
you say to
purpose.
that? How do you answer that question?
When an actor asks what?
When anyone is like, "Oh, you're an actor. What have you been in?"
I say, your mom's pussy. Oh!
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
No,
good.
I tell them I'm a writer. If I know the conversation is going to go on forever, I say I'm a writer. And then if I think that they're going to glom onto that, I say I'm a bartender. So I almost never
Wow.
tell people who don't know me.
Yeah.
Like I don't get like recognized. So
Yeah.
yeah, it doesn't really happen. But when people are like, so what do you like? Sometimes like Uber drivers will drop you off like at a film studio and they're like, you work here? And I'll be like, what are you going to say?
Yeah.
No, I'm just, refilling the soda machine. Yeah, no, I do. It's just because I have boring answers. It's not like I don't want to talk about it, but I know exactly what you mean. But
Yeah.
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 Well, fine. I'll pull up your IMDb.
But wait, I didn't. How do you answer that question?
When people ask if I've been in anything, I usually
Or
just
like-
say like nothing you would have seen, most
Right.
likely.
Right.
Or like, I don't know, you might have heard my voice on the radio every once in a while.
Yeah, yeah,
when I was
yeah,
doing
yeah,
more
yeah.
voiceover stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I don't think there's Cash Live was the thing I probably got recognized for the most. I did the poker
Look
thing
at
with
my
Danny.
sexy
Oh,
dad.
you did the poker
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah,
Fuck,
yeah,
I was. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
so
auditioned
that's-
for that.
Oh, nice.
I was really
Yeah.
happy Danny got that actually. And
Oh,
yeah, dude, you're not really doing this, are you?
look at all your credits. Can I have some?
What are you doing?
Listen, and next time you get one of these things, be like, look, my son just got into acting and he could really use a
I just
handout.
did that actually in my last movie. I got one of my clients that I coached to play my son.
No way.
sick.
Yeah, it was super dope, and it was his first movie. So he was
Aw.
like super nervous. He's like 12 or 10, I think, and But it was so great to be with him on set for the first time ever, because you realize, I forget, like it's such a new language and such a new world. And he kept being like, are we going now? Are we going to record now? Are we going to go to record? And I was like, no, man, trust me. There's a person for everything. Yeah. They will come and tell you when you have to do anything.
Yeah.
Like all you need to know is where the snacks are and they're over there. You know what I mean?
Truly.
Like, just relax. You know?
My God.
He was just like
getting a call sheet for the first time and all the abbreviations,
right?
like what is it, makeup, hair, wardrobe, because it's just MHW or whatever, being like, what does this mean? Like,
dude, I still can't read a call sheet.
They're so confusing.
It's a fucking nightmare.
Yeah.
And like crew park, like am I crew? Do I park there? Or where do I, you know what I mean? It's so confusing.
Totally.
Crew park should just be called parking.
Parking, right? It's like
fuck. I get it. The director doesn't have to park there, but everyone else. Yeah. Excuse me. Alternative names: Matt Shrink Wrap Anderson. Is someone like?
Oh man.
Is someone wiki bombing your IMDb page?
I don't even know. So there was this really weird, and this is like 100 years ago. We did this like short. Someone was doing a short film about like an extreme sport of shark fucking. And we were all doing these like really serious interviews about these like guys who like deep dive down and like grapple with these sharks and like bone them.
Actually fucking sharks.
And I showed up for some reason. A buddy had like it was almost like a wetsuit top with like a hood and like, you know, the hole for the face. And so for some reason I was like, this will be funny. So I showed up in this like weird hooded like wetsuit thing for my interview. And then they like put on the bottom, they put Matt Shrink Wrap Anderson. And then they like decided that was like my real name because it was like a fake documentary. And
it's a mockumentary.
It's a mockumentary. I I should have led with that.
Yeah, that clears up so many things.
Aquatic rape parts.
Yeah.
I'm about to try an orange cream Coke Zero for the first time. So. Woo!
Wow.
That sounded nice. We're all sipping sodas with our koozies right now.
Yeah. I don't even sip sodas. Cheers, guys.
All
Cheers.
0 calories.
Cheers.
Yeah,
Love
that's
that.
right. Well, we're in the biz.
Isn't that one of the most satisfying sounds of all time?
The cracking of a can? Orange cream. It definitely tastes like a creamsicle. But Natalie...
But isn't that just grape crush? Or is it like, no...
Doesn't
mean,
it
Orange
just
Crush?
taste like vanilla Coke?
Natalie, I hate to tell you this, but I think you got a whack-ass palate, dude. Because this is an orange explosion in my mouth right now. And if you can't
False.
identify these citrusy notes... I don't say this lightly. Maybe you should consider just ending your life. Because this is really good, dog.
Wow.
It tastes good. All of them just taste like vanilla Coke with like the slightest hint of a different flavor.
That's true. But it's also its own thing, and it's delicious.
Is it?
It's no Oreo Coke Zero, which was the king of weird sodas so far to me. Nothing beats an Oreo Coke Zero.
Like, I'll eat anything Oreo.
It tastes it tastes so much like Oreo when you sip it. Don't listen to Natalie on this one. You almost imagine that crumbs are going to come out of the can into your mouth.
You're like, oh.
Yeah. Did someone double stuff this soda can?
Whoa.
Yeah.
Fuck, I love an Oreo.
Matthew Kevin Anderson is known for
Oh, God.
Never Let Go.
Yeah.
SkyMed.
Yeah.
I did a self-tape with you for that one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they were probably like, I don't like you, but who's the guy reading with you?
That was Winnipeg. That was fun.
You went to Winnipeg for that one?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. I'm possibly doing a feature in Winnipeg.
Oh, Winnipeg's great.
Are they blowing up or what?
There's a lot
You said
going
that
on
with
out
such
there.
enthusiasm.
Well, it's interesting because I was there from like, we had a spread from like, I think it was August till winter, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I saw like the tail end of summer and it was nice and everyone's like, they got bugs, like that'll carry you off. It's like, you know, fucking
Skull Island.
yeah, you know, and I was like, oh, okay. And there were actually some big bugs there. But then it got cold and I haven't really done that was a lot.
July came around, it started to get cold again.
Man, it got so cold.
It's gnarly.
And so we had to do reshoots. Oh, this is kind of a funny story. So we had to reshoot a scene from like
SkyMed.
On SkyMed. We had to reshoot a scene that was like one of the first episodes we shot. So it was shot in August, and I am a guy who wears these like Hawaiian shirts with like, short sleeves.
Goggin-esque.
Yeah, very Goggin-esque.
Very Goggins-esque.
And he was my inspiration for the character. And now it's, November and it's minus whatever. And I have to be in this like tropical shirt situation, and it's a night scene and it's freezing, but it's supposed to be warm. So they're like brushing all the snow off my truck, and we're inside like in parkas trying to stay warm, and then I have to take it all off and walk outside. Now here's the kicker. So this cop is coming up to me, and then she like handcuffs me and whatever, and the director's like, yeah, okay, but we can see your breath, so let's go again, and don't breathe on this one.
Excuse me?
Yeah, that was the note from the director. Don't breathe.
Wow.
Don't breathe on
for
this
the
one.
entire take, because we can see
It's a 5-minute
it's supposed
oneer.
to be summer. I was like, I don't know how you guys expect me to pull this off. I will try.
I'm trying to figure out who this
Just do it
director
all on
was.
an
Oh
inhale.
man, I can't even remember.
That's
who it was.
wild, dude.
Yeah,
That's
it was
hilarious.
fun. But those are all like, that's a great group of people. Those are all very nice.
Did
great
you
people.
play Sky Med in it, or were you someone else?
No, I wasn't actually Sky
You
Med.
didn't play Sky Med?
No.
I like how they're like, we've got Chicago Med, we've got doctors in Seattle. What's left? They're like, how about the sky, idiot?
Yeah.
How about
Let's
fixing
put it up
people
there.
in the air?
There's no boundaries there's no rules in the sky.
Yeah.
No, there's not.
You just do it.
International sky waters.
But it's all inspired by like true stories. The showrunner comes from a family of bush pilots, and so
Oh, sick.
yeah, they're all like inspired by, a lot of it is inspired by true stories that she like heard from her family, and she started putting it together into a show. And then just add like ski-doo accidents.
Damn.
Yeah. And some romance.
Oh.
Yeah, there's some
Did you get to
percolating-
kiss a girl in any of that?
No, I was a dickhead in that one.
Oh,
I play a lot of dickheads actually.
me too. Well, I want to play more of them.
Middle-aged
but,
white guys.
Fuck,
Right?
I know.
We're the dicks now.
We are the
Yeah.
bad guys.
We are the bad
I mean,
guys.
we always were, but now
Now you're just getting called for it.
now people now we are on screen as well. I know. I can't wait to get an episode of Tracker where Tracker breaks my nose or something. It's coming. Tracker's gonna crack me across the dome. I know it. I can feel that booking coming soon.
Did you guys ever do Untold Stories of the ER?
Yeah.
You in Vancouver at
You
that
did?
point? You never. Wow.
MKA?
That was like a rite of passage.
He's too good for
Yeah,
you know,
clearly.
this is the Notorious
Out of
MKA.
our-
Did you guys both do one?
Oh yeah.
Tell me
yeah.
about it. Tell me everything. What was does everyone have an ailment?
Yeah, so the concept is that like doctors write in with their craziest stories, and then they get to play the lead doctor, and then everything else is a reenactment.
They play the doctor?
Yeah, and
Yeah,
like
dude.
some of the doctors will come back over and over and over again with their stories. Like a lot of doctors, I guess, wanted to be an actor or whatever.
Oh my
So they'll
gosh.
keep submitting stories. I was on set with one who'd been 7 times. He was he was from the States, and he kept flying up
How
with
many
these crazy stories.
medical emergencies?
I know, right? I was like, maybe you're in a weird field.
It's like, then I left the sponge in the
Are
guy.
you
I mean,
Dr.
someone
Death?
left
Yeah.
the yeah.
But it was wild. So they were like such a fun set to work with. They'd shoot like an episode a day. So things would be pumped out so quickly.
Yeah.
And like the amount of like special effects and things, because some of them were wild. It was like a guy got an arrow through the head. Like they were crazy stories. And yeah, it was just like a really funny, laid back, like super nice crew. Like,
But you have an arrow through your head?
but it was just these crazy stories. And
It
then
was
like
very like kitschy, like
very kitschy,
Like it
yeah.
was like it wasn't like they didn't take the subject matter seriously. It's like
Yeah.
you're supposed to laugh at it almost.
Oh,
And then
wow.
the sexual mishap episodes started doing so well that they did an offshoot of it. I don't pun intended, sure. But then there's like Untold Stories of the ER like sex edition, isn't
Yeah.
there? There's basically like a horny version of the show. Yeah, fuck yeah. And it's all like my dick is caught in a
I fell on a shampoo bottle in the bathtub.
Yeah, it's like you bent your dick or there's a thing in your ass. It's pretty much the
Yeah.
only, but every week's a little different. But yeah, they shoot it in that abandoned hospital
Yeah,
or
out in
whatever.
Riverside.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
creepy.
Yeah.
It is
the
creepy
creepiest
there.
place on earth.
Very spooky.
One of like 80 places they say is haunted in Vancouver.
Oh, it's so creepy.
Actually, I talked to a security guard out there once when we were there, and he said it's really spooky at night because he said one of the old buildings, I think it's the one that's called like the Crease Clinic or whatever it is. It's where X-Files uses the lobby. He said it's so old and there's lead paint and like asbestos, so you can't go anywhere outside of like the area that's kind of quarantined off. But he said he was working one night and he said the floors are decaying, so he could hear machinery falling through the floor. So you hear like doof, 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 thud. And he was like, it's just the floor giving out.
It's like the fucking house from Home Alone 2.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he was like, when you work at night, sometimes you hear this creepiest voices. And he's like, not voices, things happening. And he's like, it's not like you actually think like, oh, there's someone in there, but it's just the building falling apart.
I would fucking freak out. I don't like.
Spooky. And all the
Silent Hill.
drawers still have stuff in it. Like if you go, even the areas where we shot Untold Stories, they didn't really care if you wandered around because it was literally walked away from during the Olympics. Like a lot of the drawers still have like adult diapers
Stuff
and like
in it.
syringes and all this
there's
stuff that was just left there.
That's
For
what's
free?
so creepy about it.
Adult diapers and syringes?
Holy shit.
We're driving there right after the pod.
Grab your totes. We're getting some old
Getting
people
some
huggies.
Depends.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Wild.
Yeah, dude, it was a funny, like all of like kind of our, like, I don't know, we were like told, like everyone gets on this show and then you're like, oh yeah, a fucking lot of people have gotten on this show.
What happened to you?
I don't even remember. I think I'm a nurse and I show up and I say some sort of super medical-y line that was like fucked, and I just had someone tell me like, how exactly do you pronounce this? And I just repeated it over and over again in the green room until they called for me. And then we ran it like twice and they're like, you're good to go
Nailed
home.
it.
And I'm like, okay. Yeah, like the actual shooting of it was like, I think like under 15 minutes. Like it was hyper quick in and out.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But my friend Matthew Graham, when it was on Netflix, the thumbnail image was like him, like whatever, like shitting his pants in the bed, or I don't know what his problem was, but I think he was he was in some sort of crisis. Oh, definitely.
Wow.
Yeah. So I was like, do you want to watch this show? And I'm like, I guess I'll watch Matt.
I might have to go back and watch some of that and just see all the like
every Vancouver
It's
actor.
like the Vancouver soap opera. Like you watch all the old soap operas and you see all the like famous actors when they were just starting out, like cutting their
Like
teeth
Friends,
in New York.
yeah.
They were like doing theater and soap operas is how you
Yeah.
first, and like here it's
Dude,
Untold
it's
Stories of the
like
ER.
our Law and Order, like for all the New York actors who were like, yeah, I did a Law and Order. I was the guy at the docks or whatever. Yeah.
Well, even what's the girl from Handmaid's Tale? Elizabeth Moss, is that her name?
Yeah.
She's in Friends, and she quite literally plays.
Who is she in Friends?
She's pushing a pram down the street, and like Joey or someone looks at the baby, and then you look at her, and she screams, and you're like, "That's like what?" Is she doing? Yeah,
I love
she
seeing
just
that
yelled.
stuff.
That was it. It was her only line.
I love that.
She's
love
good.
that.
I like her a lot.
Yeah.
Under his eye.
They're doing a remake of Handmaid's Tale.
What do you mean?
What? It's not done yet.
The movie?
They're doing like a is it a it's not a prequel, it's like 15 years later.
Oh, cool. I'm over prequels. I want to see what's going on later.
Yeah.
I'm a 28 years later kind of guy.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love Handmaid's
Ooh.
Tale.
Not a 28 days before.
There's so much to unpack there, but I never watched it because everyone said it was so bleak. And
It's
then
very dark.
I
I like
think I watched
bleak.
a couple episodes, but I was like, oh, okay. And then I'm
Yeah,
really
it's
excited
rough.
for 28 years later.
Yeah, it looks good. Saw the trailer in a theater. 28 days later. That
Shot
weeks
on
later.
iPhones.
The British zombie
Oh
movies.
yeah, sorry. I was thinking, what's the chick flick?
28 Dresses.
No, I
Uh,
think it's just called 28 Days.
28 days?
right.
What's the one I'm thinking of?
Is that the one where Anne Hathaway goes to rehab or
Let me look
something?
it up. No,
Or
it's
is
a
it
Sandra Bullock.
Sandra
wedding
Bullock.
That's
movie.
Right,
Sandra
right,
Bullock
right.
going to rehab.
Sandy Bullock, yeah.
Sandy B.
Sandy B.
28 cigarettes and bridesmaids dresses or something. There's so many like number titles with all that shit in there. They filmed that on an iPhone, the new one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
28 Days. It's a Sandra Bullock movie.
28
Yeah, it is.
days. There
Where
we go.
she's going through rehab.
Right. She's a
Yeah,
drunkard.
she parties too hard and she knocks over her sister's wedding cake and crashes
Yeah.
the bridal limousine.
Oh,
That
have you
you have to go to rehab for that? Fuck, I should have been.
Have you guys ever ruined a
Sign me
wedding?
Ruined a wedding.
What?
I ruined a wedding once.
Did
you?
No.
Let's hear it. Let's get into it.
It was like my buddy. I was in like high school, and it was my buddy's older sister was getting married, and it was like at a like big campground.
And you loved her
I
and
don't
you
know
pulled a
why.
graduate and you were like,
No, I got like wasted, and knocked over the sound system and like, and then like years later, this is yeah. I don't know if I've ever told the story, but years later, I'm like walking into like a Shoppers Drug Mart, and there's this like old couple behind me, and the guy goes, "Hey," and I turn around, and I'm like, "Hey," and he goes, "Yeah, I thought that was you. You're the guy who ruined my son's wedding."
Oh,
and I was like, "Oh."
Oh my God.
Oh, that sucks, dude.
Yeah.
He still holds the grudge.
Oh, yeah.
Well, he probably had to pay for most of that
Oh,
shit.
God. Yeah.
That's wild.
I mean, I do get drunk enough to do the worm on the dance floor at most weddings I go to, so I probably ruin them for some people
that's
for a
adding,
moment.
That's
but
adding
that's
value.
important
Thank
to
you.
me.
That's a huge value add.
I often do the Urkel dance at
Oh,
weddings.
good.
Fuck.
Do you pull your pants out?
I do, but I've already broke my own rule of not to talk about family matters on the podcast anymore.
What?
It was just getting to be a lot.
I didn't know it was a thing for you.
There's a lot of Urkel talk on the pod.
Okay.
Well,
but you're a big fan?
Urkel. Whew.
Big
Hell
fan.
yeah. Hell yeah.
Big fan.
I live and breathe, don't I? I'm a human being.
What was your, I don't know, what was your favorite show when you were a kid?
Favorite show when I was a kid.
Family Matters.
It was up there. I mean, like, are we talking cartoon or live action?
I don't know, whatever you want.
I don't know. I mean, I was like a Ninja Turtles psychotic when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Like everything.
So
my mom
good.
has this picture of me. All my clothes are Ninja Turtles, and my bed sheets behind me are Ninja Turtles, and in front of me are all my Ninja Turtles toys. It's
I
just
don't know
like
why, but
green.
that tracks. Like, there's something
Yeah.
about you that I could be like Ninja Turtles kid.
Yeah,
I feel
it's
like
the
you need a
Arrested
Ninja
Development.
Turtle something.
Don't
like,
I have? I've got my Godzilla
there's
there.
a couple little ones.
You don't have any
My Mario.
representation in here. We got to work
Oh
on
wait,
that.
hold on a second.
Now I know what to get you for
Don't I?
your Christmas
I
present,
think
son.
in Godzilla's tail. Yep, there's a Ninja Turtle in
Inside.
Godzilla's tail.
She just shit out a Ninja Turtle.
Yeah, dog. That's right.
Donatello.
Yeah, I keep a
There
Donnie.
he is.
I keep a Donnie
With
on
the
me at
bow
all
staff.
times.
Yeah, you know, yeah.
Better
bow
to have
staff
it when you
goes.
need it than not, and whatever.
Also, did you guys, I mean, talking about bow staff, which takes me to Napoleon Dynamite, which takes me to the fact that Gary is the uncle from Napoleon Dynamite.
Sure is.
Not to bring back White Lotus, but fuck yeah.
It
How
all
much you
comes
want to
back to
bet I
White
can
Lotus.
throw a football clear over them mountains? Are you serious? Yeah. Hell yeah, I'm serious. Should be in a hot tub with my soulmate. Yeah.
Oh, so
Fuck,
good.
he's awesome.
God damn, that
I love
movie's so good.
I love a great you know, him and fucking Stifler's mom, they were both like these icons of early 2000s movies, and then like just kings of the White Lotus all of a
Yeah,
s's very
true.
cool. Yeah, it's very, and
he's
Steve
got
Zahn in the first
he's got
season, I
to
was
do
like, hell
3
yeah.
seasons though. He's got to go to all the locations.
Yeah, that's right.
That's
fun.
good.
Yeah, he's the frequent flyer.
Unrelated, but have either of you seen Baby Girl yet? The Nicole Kidman movie?
No, I don't know if I
Okay.
could.
There's a lot of age gap fuck movies lately.
There
I feel
are.
like
Though
that's
that
very
one,
hot
to me,
right
it,
now.
like,
man,
watching
mature
the,
ladies are getting it, and it's great,
Are getting it.
right?
Hell
you know,
yeah.
you watch the
Yeah.
trailer and you're
I
like, yeah,
applaud.
shocker. People want to bang Nicole Kidman. Like, she's still so hot.
Yeah.
Like, what? It's not like she looks like she's 30. Like, she's not that old.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Let's see someone go down on just like a ratchet old, like a fucking busted ass
Watch Kingpin, buddy.
King. Yeah, Woody Harrelson in
It
the beginning
happens.
scene.
Oh, jeez.
Oh fuck yeah, yeah.
Oh,
He's puking his guts out when he had to fuck his landlord for
yeah,
rent money.
He had to eat
She's
her out, I
so
think. For
Yeah.
for
so
yeah.
gross.
I still jacked off to it, but it wasn't cool.
Hey.
Well, it wasn't cool.
Hey.
Speaking of which, top 5. Should we do our top 5?
okay, do you want them in the order of best to worst? Or
I'm going to trust that you will keep your number one as perhaps the most entertaining or impactful choice for you. And you can interpret that any way you want.
okay.
So, folks, this week we got top 5 childhood crushes. Top 5 crushes you had when you were a child, folks. Hold on, where's that? There we go here.
There it is.
All right, top 5 childhood crushes.
Are we dropping all 5 or doing
No,
one each?
we're doing one each,
Okay,
and then we go
okay.
to our next on the list. So, Matthew Kevin Anderson, give
I
us.
start?
You start, buddy boy. It's your DMA pod debut.
Okay, ready?
I'm ready.
Princess Leia.
Princess Leia.
Okay.
Specifically in the Jabba the Hutt bikini ensemble. I can't remember when that came out, but I watched Return of the Jedi like 10 times in the theaters. I was obsessed.
Yeah.
And she was fire. And
how much do chains go for these days when you look for them online for a little sex fun?
Yeah, I don't know.
You don't know?
No, the choker chain. Yeah. That was the first thing when you were like, boom, because I don't remember my childhood.
No,
but that
you do.
That
you're too
really,
busy bumping into speakers and ruining weddings.
Yeah, that really stood out for me. So that was my number one.
All right, top 5 childhood crushes. Tal.
The entire cast of Boy Meets World.
The entire cast of Boy Meets.
Every single one of those boys.
Ben Savage also.
Oh my God! Yeah, are you kidding?
He was
funny. He was so. At one point, like it started with Sean, and then teenage years, Corey got hot. And then we were introduced to Sean's brother, who was also absolutely gorgeous. And then Eric the entire time, except at the very end where he got weird.
Eric's a killer.
But they did such a good job of maintaining like a gorgeous male lead at one point the entire show.
Mr. Feeney! Mr. Feeney! Yeah, that's good stuff. All right. Top 5 childhood crushes. I'm kicking it off with Anna Klumsky, a.k.a. Veda Saltonfuss, the girl from My Girl.
Oh, wow.
As a little kid, my dad took me to see My Girl.
What happened to her?
She was on Veep. So she had an amazing role on Veep.
Oh, wow.
Where she's Julia Louis-Dreyfus's like right-hand girl who's constantly fighting to be the number one, but it's like Dan, that piece of shit, is also trying to be number one, and Jonah is. So it's like she's great in Veep. Yeah, but I was in love with her when I was a kid. Yeah, I think I mentioned this last week.
She was a beautiful child.
She was, and single.
She was a sexy kid.
Spoiler alert: Macaulay Culkin dies in that fucking movie.
You know, I haven't seen it.
She's up for grabs. You never seen it?
I've never seen My Girl.
Oh, my boy,
I need to see it.
He dies from bee stings.
Yeah, I know about that, and I know exactly who you're talking about, but I've never seen that movie, and it's like one of those ones where it's like on a list somewhere in my brain of like that's a movie I need to watch one day.
Right? Yeah, I don't think it would be as sexually arousing to me now at this point. I don't think it would do it for me unless you've got a thing for middle-aged Dan Aykroyd, because he's in it. Top 5 childhood crushes. I'm going to go number 4 here. I'm dipping into the Boy Meets World Topanga Lawrence from Boy Meets World. Gotta represent Topanga.
Yeah.
I would add her to my list. Totally straight. Topanga's so hot.
Hell yeah. Topanga can absolutely get it. Fuck you, Minkus. Okay. Top 5. Let's hear your number 4, Natalie.
Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
Oh.
Yeah.
I loaded this drop because I knew that Natalie was going to put JTT on the list because she has eyeballs and she's a millennial. So
both
I knew.
like as his blonde form and as the voice of young Simba.
Yes, young
like
Simba.
when he becomes like
Did
Simba.
Did he retire off that?
I hope so.
He just didn't like the industry, so he retired.
He
thought.
He
decided to go to university. I heard he wanted to do post-secondary, and then he's like, I'm out.
Wow.
Can you guys sing? I'm gonna be a mighty king. No? Okay, fuck it. Top 5 crushes, MKA. What's number 4 for you?
Demi Moore.
Demi Moore in? Particularly?
I mean, Ghost, Indecent Proposal.
What do you say if you are trying to convince someone that
the
she's
raspy
one of
voice.
the all-time hottest? What movie is she most lights out gorgeous in, would you say?
I don't know.
Like Ghost is a contender.
I mean, Ghost is great. Indecent Proposal was so great. Robert Redford, Woody Harrelson. It's such a great movie. It's steamy. You know what I
love
mean?
it. They don't really make those steamy, adult, sexy, intrigue kind of. I rewatched.
They meet at the end of the pier and they have the whole thing, and it's like, oh yeah, it's great. And Redford, man, I mean,
that's a mature ass choice. How old were you when?
Yeah, I was like, I don't know.
This is 28.
I don't know if I was a child. You know, as I said, I couldn't remember my childhood, so this might be more like teenage years.
Fair enough.
Whatever.
All right, that's our number 4.
Let's go.
Top 5 childhood crushes. I'll kick us off first for my third on the list. Urkel's girlfriend Myra from Family Matters.
Man, you said no Family Matters.
I know,
you
and
can't stop yourself.
Still did it.
You have a problem.
Let me tell you something about Myra, okay? She's the unsung hero of Family Matters. So Urkel's trying to get after Laura all these years. She's turning him down. She doesn't care if he's got Bruce Juice or Stefan Urkel coming up, knocking on the door. But Here's Myra. She likes Steve just the way he is. And Myra's a freak. And she's jumping his bones constantly.
What?
And when you're a young lad and you're like, I didn't know a woman could be as perverted as a man.
Oh, yeah.
As sexually charged as us disgusting boys with our hormones. So
okay.
I was like, Myra, okay. All right. All right. No more Family Matters talk.
Have you ever dressed up as Urkel for Halloween or any other occasion?
No, but I think I almost have to. I've hiked up the pants to do the Urkel.
No, but you can't now. Oh, well, I guess you can do it. You just can't do blackface.
Yes, I think I would skip the blackface part.
Right.
I think I would go for the suspenders.
The suspenders and the pants and the shirt would do it.
Yeah, that's
Everyone
right.
would know.
I want to go as Diddy this Halloween. I just want to cover myself in baby oil and just go somewhere and just be like, I'm Diddy and like try to hug me and like slip out of people.
You just need a chain. You need a chain though.
I need a chain attached to a boy who I call Justin and be like, come along, Justin. You're mine this weekend. Your parents,
everyone's
if they
gonna
ask,
get it.
you're fine.
Everyone will get it right away.
You know how I said I don't edit the pod? I'm probably gonna have to.
Yeah, that one you might need to edit.
All right, top three each other. Who do we got? MKA. What you got for 3?
Dude, Liv Tyler.
Liv Tyler.
In the like music video years, like when she was first discovered and she was doing Aerosmith videos with the woman from Clueless. What's her name again?
Alicia Silverstone.
Yes, that was a great time in music video history.
Who would have thought that Aerosmith would discover his daughter
right?
to be in those videos?
What an amazing
what a coincidence.
What an amazing story. Like had his poster on the wall. And the mom was like, guess what? That's your dad.
What?
Yeah.
That's wild.
I don't know if that's true. I think I made that up in my mind. But I'm pretty sure, actually, we should probably Google it. But I'm pretty sure that's how it happened. She was like a fan. And then like her mom eventually one day just told her.
Liv Tyler didn't know her dad was
crazy.
Steven Tyler until she like grew up?
Yeah.
Crazy. What a secret to gatekeep.
Yeah, wow.
Sorry.
Man, you baby. Natalie, number 3.
Max from the Goofy movie.
Oh, we're dipping in a cartoon.
Yeah, you said real or fictional.
I thought you said no fictional.
I did say no I said no cartoons, but fictional.
Yeah.
Basically celebrity, but that's okay. You pervert. That's okay if you want to fuck
I saw
a dog.
a great meme that was like, they could never do a live action Goofy movie because there's no actor hot enough to play Max.
It would have to be.
So true.
It'd have to be Timothée Chalamet, and even then,
like, no.
Doesn't
it's gonna
cut
be tough.
He transcends, like, I don't know. He's perfect.
I gotta look this up.
They're into
Max
Max
from the Goofy
yeah.
movie?
And then Roxanne was the female, and she was also really hot.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Goofy movie was stacked.
They did.
actually.
I don't know how they made the mice so attractive.
A lot of talent. And
What? Max from the Goofy.
Yeah, Max Goof.
It's more his attitude, right?
It's the
his
same.
vibe?
Actually,
Yeah.
this goes back to Boy Meets World.
He's like a young.
The guy
He's
who
rocking a mullet.
the guy who voices Max is the same voice of Eric's best friend on.
I
Yeah.
remember that guy.
My gosh.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, there was a moment in the. I recently rewatched Boy Meets World, and he was talking. I was like, "Why is his voice so familiar?" And yeah, he was like a huge Disney voiceover artist.
Wow, that's a good crossover for you. They have to have been associated with ABC.
Same universe.
And yeah. All right, let's keep it going. Number 2, childhood crushes. Who do we got? Natalie, let's hear it.
Jesse McCartney.
Jesse McCartney. We're
I don't
getting
want
into
another
pop
pretty
stars.
face. Yeah.
I don't want just anyone to hold.
Actually, when I tried to log into my MSN Messenger, which was a great decision.
Wow.
And my you used to have a little like thumbnail display picture. It was Jesse McCartney with a blue background, and then my username was "Even though the stars are blind" with like upper and lowercase letters with periods between each one.
So you were in love
Yeah.
with Jesse McCartney.
Huge fan.
How old were you when you made that?
I probably would have been 11.
Did you ever see him in
12.
concert?
Did he ever tour?
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know if he ever actually reached that level of fame.
That's
No.
where AI started. He's not actually.
Yeah.
It's a Milli Vanilli thing. Yeah. MKA, your number 2, please.
Sports Illustrated. Elle Macpherson.
Elle Macpherson. Which
Yeah.
one? Classic. She's
Yeah.
the body. Elle the body
Yeah,
Macpherson.
yeah.
She's a supermodel whose nickname was the body.
Yeah, she was long.
Oh, McPherson.
She was long.
Giving her
There's
a
a-
Google.
Yeah.
Oh,
there's-
wow. She's stunning.
Tall
Yeah,
drink
there's
of
a
water.
couple specific ones that really I had on my wall for sure.
mean, she's older now, but she's
Sports
beautiful.
Illustrated was a good time.
And
for the young lads.
Oh fuck! What did I press? Oh, I was recording.
She is long.
I almost
That's
stopped
a good,
recording.
Good call.
long.
Very long.
Let me see this long
That's
lady.
a lengthy person.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a long lady.
She is elongated. And our number one picks for top 5 childhood crushes.
I started with number 1.
That's okay.
Okay.
No one listens to this anyway. Natalie.
Because I was the most stereotypical child ever. My best friend's older brother.
Oh, we're getting real names out here.
Yeah.
You want to say his name?
Best friend's older
Brendan
brother.
was his name.
Brendan. You want to be spending some Brendan time.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I puked pizza blasted goldfish all over his floor.
Oh,
So
in
that
front
relationship.
of him?
Yeah, he was there.
And then what happened?
It's actually such a traumatizing story. I was like, we were in grade 3 and I was sleeping over at my best friend's house and she had a futon and I'll never forget this. It had 2 dolphins jumping over a moon. It was one of those ones they used to sell at Costco.
Oh my gosh.
That like everyone had in their house for some reason, and one of those like velvet blankets. And my friend went to her, we were like doing a little like sleepover on his floor. And my friend got scared in the middle of the night and went to her parents' room. And I got really sick. And we had eaten a ton of these like goldfish pizza blasted crackers. And I got violently ill and threw up all over the futon. And I remember just sitting there like crying in my own vomit, waiting for the sun to come up so that Brendan would acknowledge, like, oh my God, it was horrifying.
Pizza blasted is
Pizza
a terrible.
blasted.
And we still,
gold-
it was horrible. The smell of it is still like triggering. But we go to the same gym now, and we've talked about it, so it's okay. We've healed.
Yeah?
My like when I was like a teenager and you don't know how to drink, so you barf every time. I like threw up in my basement and I'm like, oh, this smells like puke. I gotta fix this. So I just like put cologne everywhere, and now I just associate that brand of cologne with my own vomit. And I'm like, so I can't wear that anymore. Every now and again, someone will walk by me with that cologne. I'll be like,
Do you know what cologne it is?
I know I don't. That's
it
the
like-
worst part. I don't even know how to avoid it.
Oh,
And someone will have to walk by me. I'll swallow barf and be like, what's your cologne called? All right. Let's hear it. MKA.
Okay.
Your childhood crush, number 1 or 5, whatever.
I mean, I'm doing this backwards, but Pam Anderson.
There we go. Were you
Baywatch.
watching
Respectable.
Baywatch?
Who wasn't?
Yeah. Mhm.
God damn.
Yeah.
I don't even know how
Sing
to,
it.
but they ran on the beach.
They did
And then they dove in the ocean off the boat, but then it always cut to them diving into like this serene pool, you know, and it was all like
It was great.
well lit and it was like shimmery
It just
underwater.
looked fun to go swimming on top
Oh
of
yeah,
it.
they're all so
Yasmin Bleeth,
fit.
Carmen Electra.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those were-
Star-studded cast.
Yeah.
I saw this clip of Carmen Electra on Conan like back in the day the other day, and it's just like insane that there was like 12 women who looked like Carmen Electra on like this show called Baywatch that everyone watched all the time. It would just be like, I don't
It
even know
was
what to
huge.
describe it, like
Baywatch was
how to compare it
massive.
to anything.
It made
like
Hasselhoff like
yeah,
tons of money. I think he like
Hasselhoff was
execed
big.
it or like produced it or like he
Got in on that
created-
Baywatch
he
money.
he was getting that Baywatch money for sure.
and my number 1. It is Alicia Silverstone from Clueless.
Dude.
Yeah.
Right?
Wow, yeah.
Yeah, I remember that movie came out. Everyone watched it. My sister and all her friends watched it, and I like could not believe that a girl could be that pretty as Alicia Silverstone.
Did you see them
And she
in the
was a
music
few years-
videos?
She was
Pretty.
older than me too. No, the only thing I'd ever seen her in was Clueless, and she was definitely older than me, and I was just like, what the hell is going on with
there's
my
a
emotions?
Music video where her and Liv Tyler are driving in this car. There's like a boy, and they're in this car with the roof down. I think they drive into a cornfield. We can find it, and like they were just both the hottest, and like a brunette and a blonde, and it was just the greatest. You just like wanted to be in that car.
Mm-hmm.
I was expecting,
Wanted to be the stick shift.
what's her name? Mina Suvari to be on one of your lists.
Right.
Remember that girl?
American Beauty.
American Beauty and like the
Yeah.
teenage dirtbag music video. Like I feel like in the 90s she was like the thing.
I'm surprised. I have honorable mention list, and I'm surprised I didn't hear some of these. So for me, Sarah Michelle Gellar from Buffy.
Oh yeah.
I was never a Geller fan.
No?
I was not a big Buffy guy either.
Okay. I thought, for me, Christina Ricci. I had a crush on her when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I don't know how Tiffany Amber Thiessen was not on your list.
Yeah,
I don't know. I was like, how
you
is,
know what? That's
because
totally
you're a little
fair.
older than me, and
That's
I
totally fair.
My friends and I just missed
Kelly
Saved by the Bell.
Kapowski,
Yeah,
she had it
Kelly
going on.
Kapowski's a freak of nature.
Yeah. She was
all
was
the girls on that
super
show.
cute.
Yeah, they were so pretty.
Yeah, that was like warfare against teenage boys. It's like you will be watching. You will be helpless to.
Yeah, but then the
airings of
ladies
this
had
show.
Zach and Mario.
That's true. And Screech.
Like, yeah, there's always a Screech, right? There's always
Yeah.
one of those guys.
Maybe we could play like a Screech type.
I saw him do stand up when he was trying to be edgy, and he came out and like was swearing and trying to be like a crass comic. And
Not a fan of that.
I don't think it was good.
No, that's unfortunate.
yeah.
I also had Rachel Lee Cook from She's All That. I liked her with her glasses too. I'll say that. I'm an ally, ladies. You don't have to take your glasses off for me to think you're smoking hot.
Yeah.
And maybe Melissa Joan Hart from Sabrina the Teenage Witch. But hey, those are just some honorable mentions.
Interesting. Do you have any?
Diego Luna is the one that first comes to mind. I was
Right.
like a super fan. Like I loved
From
Diego
Y Tu
Luna.
Mama Tambien?
No, from Dirty Dancing Havana Nights.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Was that movie any good?
No, it's terrible.
It has to be terrible,
It was
right?
awful, yeah.
But formative.
I loved him. Like I had like I don't know what it was, the chokehold that he had over me in that film. I
wow.
knew where he was at any given moment. Like I was that girl who'd go home and Google like where he was in the world.
You're a
like,
crush
I
queen, aren't
loved
you?
him.
You had crushes a lot.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
Every day of the week. I
Did you have
remember
a
my
new
dad
crush
saying
all
that
the
once.
time?
I was so upset when I'd like, I don't know. It was in university and I was like sad because a guy I liked had moved away or something. And my dad, it was me and my girlfriend in the back seat, like being all meh about it. And he goes, I swear, you guys are talking about a different boy's name every single week.
Yeah.
I promise you'll get over it. I was like, that is valid. Like,
Yeah, you're like Tina Belcher from Bob's, but she's just boy crazy. But then another boy will come
Yeah,
along.
and then
She's like,
it's-
ooh. Yeah.
Yeah. I just changed my mind instantly. Yeah.
Your fiance's like, what's this now?
Yeah, it's really.
Does he look like any of your childhood crushes?
He's a babe.
He is a babe.
I like the way he looks and feels.
Slow down.
Sorry.
Slow
Does
down.
he look like
Danny
any of
Mac.
my childhood crushes? That's a good question. No, he's much more masculine. Like when I was a kid, I really liked like feminine looking boys, I think. Like it was very much like the 90s, you know, that was the look. Like the Zac Efrons
The
and
JTT.
the JTTs, like that kind
Pretty.
of hair, the pretty boys. And then as I got older, I was like, nah, I want someone to build me a house.
Yeah.
It sucks
then-
Like
because I knew
calluses
that.
and beards and stuff.
Well,
Yeah.
girls would like the pretty boy, and here I am, Mr. Rugged.
Yeah.
And I'm like, when am I gonna get a shot? You know,
Yeah.
with my veiny hands
Yeah,
and my
look at
huge
you.
muscles.
You've been,
Yeah.
your gains are like you're
My
really,
gains are out of
your
this
gains
fucking
are out
world.
of fucking control.
I'm
dude.
a monster.
I'm
actually,
seeing it actually.
Yeah.
The pipes are nice.
I can't
They're
wait for someone
thick.
to pick a fight with me. Do
You're
a
gonna destroy
power bomb
them.
to someone on
Oh.
the street.
suplex.
Fuck yeah. I'm
Yeah.
doing wrestling moves.
Oh,
I don't
bro.
even box. I took boxing and I'm like, no, you're going to
Yeah.
get arm barred.
Yeah. Rear naked choke.
Yeah. A belly suplex. I can go all fucking day. You know who's rugged is that fella goes by the name Landman. He's a pretty rugged fella.
I haven't watched the
I haven't
Landman
seen
yet.
it.
I haven't seen it either, but that hasn't stopped me from writing season 2, episode 1 of the next episode of Landman. And you've both accompanied me at table reads for scripts I've written before. So I was wondering if you guys would do a table read right now
Let's do
for
it.
my spec
Sure.
script
Yep, I
for
love it.
Landman. Here you
Oh
go.
gosh, we have sides and everything.
There
This
you
is
go.
great.
I wasn't
Okay,
able
okay.
to highlight your sides beforehand, unfortunately.
Thank
There
you.
you go. It's called Landman 201 Landman versus the Sun.
Okay.
And I haven't seen more than 3 seconds of the show Landman, but I'm pretty sure that this is going to capture the essence of it. So, MKA, you're going to play Beta Vagington.
Beta Vagington. Crybaby liberal. Zero Riz.
Zero Riz, yeah.
Zero Riz?
Zero Riz, because he's trying to, well, we'll find out about him.
Okay,
right? It's a
okay,
bit of a
okay.
cold read. Sorry to throw this on you.
Yeah, I got it.
Natalie, you'll be playing Mayor Lady.
All right.
She's the mayor and a lady.
Okay.
Just to be
And
clear.
Perfect.
you said Beta Vagington is trying to what? Like what does he want in his life?
He's trying to make sure that all oil fields in the world close and the hardworking men who work in them are jobless and the world is taken over by solar panels, evil solar energy.
I want solar energy?
Yeah, Beta Vagington is done with
Finishes his
oil.
boring sciencey. Okay, are you gonna? Are you gonna
I'll
read
do
the
scene direction, and I will
Okay,
also
got
I'll
it.
be playing the role of Landman. as
Okay,
well.
good,
Okay,
good,
great.
good.
Spoiler alert, Landman shows up in this thing.
Oh, gosh.
Okay.
You're Billy Bob Thornton.
Here we go. Interior, Mayor Lady's office day. At her desk sits Mayor Lady, 40s, the mayor, a lady. She listens as Beta Vagington, a 30s crybaby liberal with zero riz, finishes his boring, sciencey presentation.
So you see, Mayor Lady, by changing your town's entire power grid to solar, you can expect profits in the $100 zillion range.
I love money as much as the next 90s gal, but what a hashtag girl boss like myself won't stand for is high unemployment. Oil workers make up 99% of my constituents.
Beta strokes his soul patch and grins.
Not to worry. All the men laid off from the oil fields will receive training for a new career in massage therapy.
Massage? But why not train them to build your solar panels?
Because those jobs are taken by my men with weak wrists from San Francisco and Portland. These coastal elites will work their fingers to the bone, posting on Blue Sky how cool solar paneling is. And when their hands are warped from being keyboard warriors, your jobless oil men will use their newfound massage skills to rub my boys back into action.
You're insane, Vagington. Get out of my lady office before I scream.
I don't think that's a good idea, Mayor Lady. If you refuse my solar energy pan, you'll get the C word.
The C word? No, you mean you'd actually...
That's right. Cancel you. It's what us Democrats do, after all. Disagree, and we cancel you to death. Now bang your gavel and grant my wishes.
A tear falls down Mayor Lady's face. She's heartbroken, but has no choice. The liberal media won't think twice about canceling her or her children. She grabs the gavel on her desk and raises it to make it official.
You'll burn in hell for this.
Not if the devil uses solar panels. They're very inefficient.
Mayor Lady closes her eyes and lowers her gavel. But before it bangs, the door is kicked open. The mayor gasps.
Landman!
Reveal Landman, 40 to 70 years old, crazy riz, definitely fuck, standing in the doorway. He spits tobacco.
One of you pussies talking shit about oil?
You almost spit on my Uggs for men. Who the hell are you?
The name's Landman, you snowflake liberal cuck. Someone gonna offer me a drink?
Tea? Coffee?
That's a funny way to pronounce Michelob Ultra.
I'll have a six-pack brought up immediately.
I skipped breakfast, make it a 12er. Now look here, Mayor Lady, this here's an oil town. Always has been, always will be. So tell this fuckface asswipe to get on his unicycle and pedal the fuck out of here.
Not so fast, Landman. The future's solar or wind or anything but oil. America hasn't needed oil in decades, and it's time to move on.
Oh, you think so, do you? Tell me this, when you pervert Democrats go to your gross sex parties, what do you think's in that lubricant you smother all over your little baby dicks?
I don't know. I always assumed it was something renewable, like the crunch of autumn leaves under your Birkenstocks.
Wrong. It's oil, you dumb waste of your daddy's nut juice.
What? No, it can't be.
Oil's in everything, Bubba. Your hemorrhoid cushion, oil. Yerba mate, oil. Rachel Maddow, oil. Oil's what makes this world go round. And one of these days, you Democrats are just going to have to accept that.
Vagington sinks, dejected, his reality crashing around him.
I had no idea that oil was so important. Too bad no one else will ever hear about it.
Beta Vagington pulls out a switchblade.
Landman, look out!
But Landman is quicker. He clocks Beta in the jaw with a mighty red state hook, sending the little bitch reeling.
You've done it now, Landman. Now I have to show you my true form.
Vagington sheds his human-shaped exoskeleton. Landman and Mayor Lady look upon him, mouths agape.
No, it can't be.
That's right. Beta Vagington is my alter ego. But now you see who I truly am. Former Subway spokesperson and convicted sex offender Jared Fogle.
Of course, it all makes sense.
What are you going to do with us, Jared?
Isn't it obvious? By simply getting into this room, you've both now associated yourself with a known pedophile, Jared Fogle, which means it will be that much easier to cancel both of you.
You sick bastard.
Mayor Lady's assistant enters with Landman's 12-pack of ice-cold refreshing Michelob Ultra. Landman gets an idea. He takes out 3 and passes them around.
Face it, Mayor, we're done for. The woke mob beat us. Honorable thing is to toast them on a masterful gambit.
The 3 twist off their bottle caps. The intoxicating aroma of the impossibly smooth Michelob Ultra kisses the air. The 3 raise their bottles and swig.
Glad you decided to accept your fate, Landman. I think I'll make you my personal hand masseuse. My fingers will need to be limber for all the chat rooms I plan on entering.
Landman pulls out a cigar and Zippo and lights up.
Well, that sounds like a wonderful fantasy, bucko, but you're forgetting what I taught you.
Oh, yeah, Landman? And what is that?
Oils and everything, including beer.
Jared looks in his hand at the bottle of smooth, refreshing Michelob Ultra. His eyes widen with terror. Super cool slow motion shot. Landman whips his lit Zippo directly in Jared Fogel's mouth. It ignites instantly and Jared's head explodes. Blood everywhere.
Landman, you saved me. And you saved the whole town. And you killed a sex offender.
For me, that's just a slow Tuesday.
The studio audience laughs. This is Landman's new catchphrase.
I don't know how I could possibly repay you. Maybe this will be a good start.
Mayor Lady begins taking off her immaculate pantsuit when...
Stop. You're a beautiful woman and a hashtag girl boss, to be sure. But I can tell by looking at you that a single glance of my beefy hog and you'd bust a nut in 3 seconds. And honey, Landman needs more.
I understand. Goodbye, Landman.
And just as quickly as he came, Landman leaves to the next town, being threatened by the coastal liberal elite, forcing clean energy upon us. But as long as Landman's breathing, every country is oil country. The end. Wow. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you.
I mean,
I'm not accepting notes at this point, but compliments would be great.
I think it's fantastic.
Wow.
Thanks, guys.
The Jared turn, like,
yeah, I didn't see that coming.
Didn't see it
Right?
coming, and it really.
But I think I laid the breadcrumb trail perfectly to look back and say, of course it was Jared Fogle as Beta Vagington. I think it's very earned.
Was it? Yeah?
Yeah. No need to look back.
Okay.
It was.
Yeah. Good. I'll just sip my Coke Zero. Coke Zero.
Right.
Wow.
Coke
Jared
Zero.
Fogle.
Yeah.
Brought to you by Michelob Ultra.
Smooth, refreshing. I need a Michelob Ultra if I'm going to finish this episode.
You need sponsors.
Subway.
Eat fresh.
Yeah. Not that fresh, but
Whoa.
Pretty fresh.
Is he in jail?
He sure is.
God bless America.
Yeah, he gone. Diddy's in jail. R. Kelly's in jail.
Is Diddy in jail?
Diddy's currently in jail. I think awaiting trial.
Yeah.
Ruby Frank's in jail.
Who's Ruby Frank?
The Devil in the Family.
Oh yeah, dude!
That
Did you
was
watch that
wild.
docuseries?
I don't know my name.
She's like a hardcore like LDS, and she
Yeah.
started a YouTube blog.
She was like
about
the number
perfect
one
family.
blogger on YouTube for a while for like family content.
They were making
And
like how much a month?
Was
like,
she murdering
Crazy
people?
money. Like crazy
like
money.
$500,000 or something.
Yeah.
Like insane money.
She had like 7 kids or something.
She had 6 kids, and she slowly got more and more like warped by, I don't know, like really like way out there religious theories, and she eventually ended up like kicking the men out of her house, so her husband and her only son. And then this other woman who sort of like brainwashed her into believing a bunch of crazy shit moved into her house with her. The implication is that I almost don't want to tell you in case
Yeah.
you watch it.
Okay,
but,
I'll
like,
watch it. That
yeah.
sounds fascinating and terrifying all at the same time.
Yeah. We can kind of spoil it for you. Well, no, because you've probably heard of this. Once we say it, you're going to be like, oh, yeah, I saw that on social media. I feel like everyone
But
saw it.
I like vaguely remember it, but then Summer and I were watching it, and I was like, "Oh, you
don't remember this?
Not really. Like it was all kind of a surprise to me." But
Basically,
yeah.
she thought her kids were being possessed by the devil in the end, and she ended up like actually having some sort of crazy psychotic break where she was abusing her children, and one of her kids escaped, and so she's in prison for 6 years for child abuse.
For child.
Yeah.
But it's crazy because she was so methodical and like actually insane. She wrote down all the stuff she did to her kids. And some of it includes like they found like a honey and cayenne mixture that she was putting on her kids' wounds, like to make them burn. Like she was
Yeah.
totally insane. And yeah, it's wild. And like it's nuts too that because she's in prison, her phone was seized. So there's all the raw footage of her videos. So she'll be like,
Yeah.
filming these like, hi guys, like today we're going to do some crafts. And then you'll hear a thud and she'll be like, shut the fuck up. Like I told you not to. Like she'll snap into this like absolutely insane, evil mother. And then she'll go back to being this sweet. It's the biggest like social media is a lie.
She took her son's bed away. He like disobeyed. And like by disobey is like he was just being a teenage boy. They caught him like kissing a girl and they're like, well, no bed. So he like slept on a beanbag chair for like 8 months or something.
Yeah, she was like starving her kids. Like she's nuts.
He doesn't have a spine anymore.
This dude's walking around like Tiny Tim. His back sucks.
Serious problems. Yeah, bro. Lower and upper.
You know what's crazy is like if you were a kid going to school with that guy, because it's just a kid, you're like, so you have to sleep on a beanbag? Like you would just have no sympathy for your classmate. You'd be like,
stupid.
Sup, beanbag?
Sup, dumbass? Yeah.
Sup, scoliosis
loser?
Yeah. Nice crooked spine, you idiot. Yeah.
Oh man. Okay, so that's terrible.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Harvey Weinstein died in jail, right?
He's not dead. No.
Oh, I thought he died.
When?
Didn't he die in jail?
I have Google alerts on for Harvey.
Dead.
Or is he just really sick? Epstein died in jail.
Epstein?
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't think Weinstein died.
Yeah, Epstein for
Weinstein
sure fucking
still
killed
alive?
himself.
Is Harvey?
Or no, was he
No,
killed?
he was murdered.
Yeah, he was murdered. My bad. But no, Harvey's hanging on.
Weinstein. Come on.
I gotta tell you.
Oh yeah, he's 72. Damn.
He's definitely not as good looking as he was before he got put in jail, right? Harvey Weinstein.
What are you talking about? The guy's a fucking toad.
He's a fucking ogre.
Oh god.
He's one of the all-time uggos, man. He's sick as fuck.
Speaking about,
we should be able to body shame sexual offenders,
totally,
right?
yeah.
Like we should be fully able to be like, make fun of him for whatever we want. It's like when Steve Bannon's face started like exploding. People were like, hey, don't body shame him. We're like, it's Steve Bannon.
Yeah.
Like, calm down.
Though I feel like
dude.
our society loves a moderately attractive criminal or like sex offender, like what's his name, Ted Bundy.
Right.
Like
Yeah,
they
it
went
wasn't
from
even
him
that
being
attractive.
like, decent looking guy, and then the movie comes out, it's Zac Efron is
Efron?
playing. Like that's a bit of a stretch. Like
I
he was
know.
better
don't
looking
think
than
he
like the
was-
average guy on the street, but he
Yeah.
wasn't Zac Efron.
Like let's say Luigi Mangione,
Yeah,
a
that
7,
guy.
but you pop a guy in the back of the head at the healthcare.
Suddenly.
Yeah, all of a sudden you're a 10.
Yeah, well, it's kind of like like when you go to a small town, like a what do they say, like a 10 in a big city, or what? I don't know. What is it? Like a 5 in a big city is a 10 in a small town. So
Yeah,
like
airport
in the pool
theory.
of like murderers
theory.
and like killers. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That Luigi guy is like probably a 15. You know what I mean?
yeah. If you
Yeah,
fix
he's
that
someone's bitch in
unibrow,
prison for sure.
Yeah, some people like a thick brow though.
that's true.
You
Yeah, the old Eugene Levy.
Yeah.
And it takes a strong brow to kill a man.
Hey,
You get busted at a McDonald's for it.
is that guy fucked? He's like in jail too forever, right?
He's in jail right now,
Yeah.
also awaiting trial. But I don't know. I heard that like there was some fuckery with the evidence that like he might be able to get out on some wild
And
ass
then he's gonna
technicality.
be like a movie star,
Dude.
and like a model. and,
McDonald's
like,
will be
sell a-
endorsing him. Yeah.
He's already
He'll
like
sell a book.
oh he'll get a book deal.
Oh, for sure.
No matter what happens to him. Yeah,
They'll make a movie about him. Netflix will pay him a bunch of money.
Who we casting?
Does anyone know? Oh, it's him.
Luigi Mangione. Yeah.
Oh, I had it.
Is it a?
Channing Tatum. I don't know. The hottest guy.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the population will be disappointed.
It has to be Italian, right?
Oh, right.
Authentic casting.
Christopher Moltisanti
There
from
you go.
Sopranos. Yeah.
Okay.
He's a bit old, but I think he could still rock. Yeah.
Yeah.
He could do it. Oh, fuck it. I'll play him.
Adam
Fine.
DeMarco.
Adam DeMarco?
Why not?
Is that his first name? Adam DeMarco?
The guy from Vancouver who was on White Lotus season 2.
Okay. Yeah,
yeah, he'd be good.
That's right.
Right?
That
Yeah.
would be good.
I think he could do it.
Mm-hmm.
Objectively attractive man.
Yeah. And then maybe we could get in there somehow. Maybe
Yeah.
we could be one of the McDonald's employees or
Does anyone know? This is what I want to know. Does everyone know what's happening with the baby reindeer Netflix lawsuit?
last I checked was she was suing because she's like, that's not me. And then people are like, you just tattled on yourself. Like, no, like she came out of like obscurity to be like, people think that's me.
She went on Piers Morgan.
Yeah,
did you watch that?
Yeah, it's so
that
clearly
interview is
her.
crazy.
Dude. It's so clearly her. Like she's mentally ill. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not. I know this is drive-through psychology, but like, you know, you watch that and you're like, it's you, dude. Like,
Yeah. And like Netflix, there's no way Netflix would have gone through with all that and said this is like a true story if they didn't have all the evidence to back it up. But like, I'm curious why Netflix hasn't come out and just like absolutely squashed her.
Probably like they have to be, if she actually was like diagnosed with a mental illness, they probably wouldn't want to like put her on blast. Because I think they did a really good job of that on the show where he says like I wasn't the victim, like we were both victims. Like she was really sick and I played into her mental illness. So like I think if Netflix went too hard on her, it also wouldn't be optically great.
But all they have to do is be like, here are the emails, here are the text messages. Like that's all they have to do, right? Like it's all
I don't even think
right
they have
here.
to do that because they said based on a true story. Like there, it's
Right,
like it's
right,
not verbatim. They
right.
changed the character's name. Like she can't do shit, and she just went publicly and was like, everyone thinks that's me, but it didn't go down like that. It's like you just fucked yourself. Like now everyone knows literally who you are. So I thought that was just like a weird ass move by her, but it tracks with him saying like,
she wants attention.
Yeah, she wants attention. But like I think the crazier thing is that like producer that like. Fucking like drugged and assaulted him or whatever. I'm like, how come people talk more about like the reindeer lady? You know, it's like,
I think it was easier to figure out who she was. Than there's so many.
Because I was on some Reddit
producers
threads.
out there.
Remember, he said he had to like come out and say it wasn't a bunch of people because he was like they were accusing the wrong people, and he was like, no, they're great to work with. Like I never had a problem. And that's also problematic.
That you feel like you should be able to find easy because you just kind of check who is this guy worked with, and you know, boom.
Yeah, but wasn't it like a fringe show? How that's not going to be on IMDb.
Yeah, I don't know if it was like a super popular.
No, but the producer was having him write for a big show that was like he was doing like a fringe show, but this producer was like, "Well, come work on something like big with me," and so it would just have to be like, well, who was the big producer we saw this guy spend like 2 years with because they were together all the time.
Right.
I don't know. You think it'd be easy,
What
but
an
that's the one where you don't want to
insane
get fucking sued. I think.
Journey of like going through that, making it into like. Turning it into like a one-man show to sort of probably like work through it and cathartically like release it in some way, and then someone from Netflix being like, we want to make this, and then it becoming like the biggest, most
wild.
talked about show, and then they won Golden Globes, right?
Probably.
Yeah,
I mean
he did for sure.
I think they saw Fleabag and they're like, a one-woman British show can be a good TV show, and they're like, we're not missing the boat on this again. So I'm about to do a stage play.
That was wild, like not related, not like same thing, but similar. I went on a few dates with a guy a couple years ago who is like an influencer, and he lived in a building in Vancouver, and he has a pretty like distinguishable car. And people were going into his underground parkade and leaving him notes on it. Or I say people, one person specifically was leaving notes on it. And then she left like her underwear and all these things. And he went to go talk to the security people, and they were like, no, we don't know who this person is. Like they're not, there's no security footage of someone going in. So they must be coming in through like an outdoor entrance or something. Couldn't trace who it was. And I think it got kind of like weird and inappropriate. And he was like, you know, he's an influencer. So at first he was documenting it, and then he started being like, this is getting a little like not super chill. And his girlfriend ended up like living with him. So he was like, this is getting a little weird. He moved to Kelowna, and like a year later, he started getting notes on his car again and like weird things left on his car again. And he's like, yeah, I've talked to the police, but they like aren't very helpful. They're kind of just like, you know.
Oh my God. And he has
can't do
clue.
shit.
And he has no clue who this person is.
That's
and he's
so
like,
creepy.
they found where I lived in a different city, like 5 hours away. Like, at what point do I need to be concerned? But yeah, super weird. But you could see how it would happen, because until they have like concrete evidence. And again, he's the same thing. He's like a big dude. Like you'd never, but if they cared enough to follow him, like that's pretty scary.
Yeah.
I would want them to take it a little seriously.
I know some people who have dealt with some things, and yeah, it's scary when someone decides to like latch on to you like that. It's pretty creepy, and you gotta think about how much celebrities deal with that kind of stuff.
Ugh, nonstop.
Well, even like men too. Like I feel like with women, it's acted on a lot quicker. like it's with women we're seen as less of a threat, but like I don't know, I could get an access to the knife the same way anyone else could, you know, like girls can get crazy too, you know. And a lot of male stories I think are like dismissed a lot quicker.
Yeah, remember that astronaut who wore an astronaut diaper and drove across the country for 18 hours and then like tried to abduct, I think did she kill anybody, or she tried to like abduct the guy and like throw him in a trunk or something like that because he was in love with another astronaut who was in love with another astronaut. How is that not a movie?
A love story that's out of this world, folks.
That's crazy.
Okay, that's it. Goodbye, everyone.
Yep. Thanks so much for this.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
I've learned a lot. My life has been enriched. It was great to hang out and see the inside of your apartment. It was great to meet you and have a chat and learn about your childhood crushes.
Thanks for being here and us learning about yours.
Let's do it again one day.
Yeah. Breaking news. Boy thinks Baywatch cast is hot. Yeah, come back. And Natalie, you'll be here next week.
Cut my life into pieces.
Yeah, the only time I didn't do a Papa Roach drop. Okay, bye.